Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today, Lou 1v1 versus every single brawler inside of Brawl Stars. We're going to show you all of his interactions, all of his stats, his voice lines, get my thoughts on how good Lou is going to be, and if you're a big fan of my ridiculous humor and Can You Dig It, you might want to stick around to the end. That's all I'm saying. Now let's take a quick look at Lou's stats and abilities before jumping into the interactions. Lou is a chromatic brawler, so you're guaranteed to get him from the paid Brawl Pass at tier 30, and you'll have a chance to get him after tier 30 from the unpaid Brawl Pass by opening boxes. And if you're going to be getting the Brawl Pass, I would really appreciate it if you would consider using my code LEX. Just scroll to the very right of the shop, type in LEX, and boom, there you go. It doesn't cost you anything extra. You need to put it in once every 7 days, and it'll help support me, my wife, my children, and this channel. I would really appreciate it. If you don't use my code, use somebody's code. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Now, Lou is a support brawler who shoots 3 ice cream cones per ammo from long range. Each hit from his main attack will gradually freeze his opponents. There is a visual indicator of how frozen the opponent is, and if the circle fills up, the enemy will be frozen in place for 1 second. This meter slowly increases while being hit, but it will go down if you get out of the line of fire. His movement speed is normal, which is to say he's faster than 8-bit, but slower than a tank or super fast brawler like Mortis. His super, called Can Do, leaves a huge ice patch on the ground that lasts for 10 seconds. While you're on this frozen ground, you don't take any damage, but it does make it awfully hard to move around. Lou's first star power, Super Cool, works in conjunction with the super and slowly builds up your frozen meter even if you don't take any additional damage from Lou. Now, if you stay in this super for the entire duration, your frozen meter will fill about 95% full, so don't linger. Lou's gadget, called Ice Block, encases himself in ice where, for 1 second, he becomes invulnerable to all damage and stuns. However, while invulnerable, you cannot move or attack. Alright, so now that you know a little bit about Lou, let's see how he stacks up against every other brawler in the game. Then, afterwards, I'll give you my thoughts on Lou and where I think you should be pushing him, as well as how good I think he's going to be. So despite having the same health as Lou, Colt is just flat out a superior damage dealer. B1 because, well, Honeycoat. And Penny and Colette both lost, but not by a ton. Now, there is one thing to keep in mind here is that Lou, again, is a support brawler. He may not be the best at these interactions. Think of him more of like a Jesse or a Penny in that regard. He's there to help his team, not to carry it. To illustrate this, let's take an early trip down Mythic Row. Mr. P abusing his employees.
Just like you abuse me, Lex.
Yeah, but you deserve it. Anyway, so Lou is the loser here, and he gets kicked out of Mythic Row before he ever gets to hand out a single ice cream cone. Now, a lot of these matches ended up really, really close. So close that I had to go frame by frame to determine a winner. And in a few cases, both brawlers died on the exact same frame, so we'll chalk that one up to a tie. So check out these close matches. Now, Lou could have gadgeted through those really close ones and been able to win, but we aren't using anything here but base attacks. However, just for fun, here's Brock versus Lou when Lou uses his gadget. So those were some really close matches, but as you might guess, the tanks, well, they just reach their hand in there, rip out Lou's mint chocolate chip heart, and devour it. I actually really like the mint chocolate chip. Yeah, so don't get close to tanks if you're Lou. One interesting note here is that Lou can freeze Frank and interrupt his super, as well as ice block through it. It pretty much takes everything that Lou has just to survive against Frank. Check this out. Now, we all know that Amber is OP. But what happens when you pit fire against ice cream? Ice cream. That doesn't make sense. So Lou beats the OP Amber, but loses to all the other legendaries. Now, this is important not only because of the Amber nerf, but also to illustrate that these interaction tests are here to just give you a base understanding of the interactions themselves. In a real match, of course, these fights could go either way, and that would pretty much be dependent upon the player's skill, the maps, the game modes, you get it. But these interactions are useful so that you know when to engage which brawlers and in what situations. Now, how does Lou fare against some of the other long-range brawlers like himself? Let's find out. Yeah, not good. But maybe against the mid-range brawlers, right? No. Well, I mean, at least one win is better than none. So now for the top 3 brawlers against Lou. Coming in at number 3, we have Pam. You know how whenever you go grocery shopping and you're hungry, you just pretty much want to buy everything? Well, that's basically how Pam felt right there. She saw a tasty ice cream and she ate it. I mean, hey, she's got to keep that figure going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lex be all about them thick ladies.
Don't hate. Big girls need loving too. Anyway, number 2 on our list is our favorite luchador, El Primo. Yeah, we knew that wasn't going to be pretty, but you know, Lou did handle Frank if he used everything at his disposal. He can do that with El Primo too, right? So then, we only have one brawler left, and the number 1 spot goes to Tick. Just kidding. Tick is last. Tick's always last. I just forgot to put him in there. Okay, so number 1, it's Bull. Surprise, surprise. And there we have it. Lou 1v1 versus all of the brawlers in Brawl Stars. Now, after playing with Lou for a while, I've learned a few things. First off, he is a long-range support brawler. He is not a brawler that is going to be able to carry any match by himself. He may be a great addition to many teams, but he is definitely not the centerpiece. I think he's going to be a pretty average brawler, maybe slightly below average in most cases, but somewhat average. He may need a slight buff. I'm feeling like he may need just a slight buff, but it's not totally out of whack if you know his role and his place on a team. I think in Gym Grab, Hot Zone, or maybe even Brawl Ball, he'll do okay. I don't think he's going to do very well in game modes like Showdown, Bounty, or Heist. The second thing I've learned is that his voice lines are really good, kind of like a robotic redneck. Something like that. Have a listen.
I'm in the cone zone. Y'all be loving the sour apples flavor. Freeze frame, I'm winning the game. Keep it frosty. Try a blizz ball, y'all. Uncle Lou is here for you. I'm just shooting the freeze. Now with 12% more goodness. Gee whiz, try a blizz. A frosty treat that'll keep you on your feet. Try a blizz ball, y'all. Slip and slide. New and improved flavor sauce. 100% certified flavor sauce. Filled with vitamin G. I got the drip to make you slip. I got the sauce. Feel the freeze. You want ice with that? Have a blizz ball. I got crushed. Shame on you. Don't you worry, I'll be right back. Uncle Lou needs a rest. Oh my days! Gosh golly! Gee willikers! You're on thin ice, my friend. Brain freeze! Back to the cone. Easy freezy, you got coned. I'm Frostalicious. Raspberry crush. Blueberry twirl. Mango tango. Uncontrollable.
Well, I'll be a suck egg mule. I like that little feller. Kind of sounds like my cousin, who's also my wife. Okay, thanks for that, Derek. That's disturbing. So then, that's going to wrap it up for Lou 1v1 versus all the brawlers. What do you think of him? Let me know in the comments down below, but that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Okay, another video done. Where's my bathrobe? I'm just going to chill in that thing. It was just here. Where's my bathrobe? Did you take my bathrobe?
Yeah, so what? It's nice and soft, Joe. I likes the feel on my body.
Are you not wearing any clothes?
Yeah, of course I am. Why would I be wearing any clothes? I like the feel of it, especially in my nether regions.
Oh my God, dude. Just keep it, all right? Just keep it.
Good. Me and my fly honeys be enjoying this.